Hello everyone, let's solve GATE paper CS1 question 55 of 2025. Consider the following databases of the sports league: player ID, P name, PID, PH, team of team ID, T name, city, and CID, and coach with coach ID and coach name, members with PID, player ID, and team ID. Okay, we are given some sort of a query here and we need to tell what value is returned by this particular query. So, in order to solve this particular question, we need to understand a lot of things. Then only we can solve this particular question. So, let's do one thing. Let's first understand the prerequisites for the same. So, what is a relational database? First of all, let's go from the very basics and then we will solve this particular query. A relational database is a collection of tables with a relationship between them. Each table has rows and columns. Rows are the records, columns are the attributes. Table is a collection of related data like players, team, etc. Tuple is a row in a table. Attribute is a column in a table. Primary key is a unique identifier for rows of each table, like PID in player table. Foreign key is an attribute that links to a primary key of the another table, like CID in team links with the coach. Okay, let's understand some basic SQL syntax for the same. So the basic SQL syntax here will be: select is to retrieve the data from, like, from which table you want to retrieve the data from. Where is basically filtering the result based on the condition, and in is basically check a value if exists in a list or subquery of result. Minimum is an aggregate function. We are only dealing with the functions that are required in this particular question. Minimum is an aggregate function that returns the smallest value in the column. Remember, smallest value in the particular column. Now, what are subqueries? Subquery is a query inside query, executed first, and the result is being executed with the outer query. So, this is how you can like from this query you can see where p dot id in, then select mid है this particular part. So this section will be executed first once the result, and then it will be executed here. As said in keyword, it check whether it exists or not. Okay. So this inner query will return a list of PIDs, the list of PID which I will get to the outer query, and then I will filter out the player based on that. Okay. What are joins? Implicit join. The query use implicit join where multiple tables are written in the from clause. Okay. And the join condition are set specified in the where clause. So the section written here, na, like from team, T, coach, C, members, M. So these are the names given to it, and where T dot ID is equal to C dot CID is equal to C dot CID, and mem dot TID is equal to T dot TID. So these things which in this is where these joins are mentioned. So let's understand some types of joins as well. So inner join, return the rows where there is a match in both tables. And implicit join is basically a old style join from and where, that like the combination of from and where causes an implicit join. Explicit join uses the join and on keywords. So whenever you see a from or where, it is an implicit join. Whenever you see join and on keyword, it is a explicit join. Recommended modern style it is. So yeah, uh, filtering, if you want to do data, you use the where keyword. And let's understand some aggregation functions. So these minimum, maximum, count, average, sum are aggregate functions. Select minimum of ph, so it is used to find minimum age for the filter set of players. Okay. Table aliasing, basically short names are used for tables to make the query shorter and clear. So instead of complete table name, you would just mention like player P. Here P is an alias for the player table. Okay. Similarly, C is for coach, T is for teams, and M is for members. Okay. You can see schema relationships here. In order to understand this particular query involving multiple tables, you must understand how tables are relating. Each team has a coach, each player is in the team, and each coach manages a team. Remember, each team has a coach via CID. Each player, coach ID basically, each player is in a team via members, and a coach manages the team multiple using multiple players. Okay, so a coach manages multiple players. Okay, a team has multiple players. Okay, So understanding this help you understand the query, trace the query. It starts from coach. Coach manages the team. Team has some members and like members to player. Each player is in a team. Okay, which member, which part, and then player. So internally SQL query executes in a certain order. एक order होता है execution का, ये भी हमें पता होना चाहिए. So from and join, identify and combine the data. Where clause filter the particular rows I want to select, and group by check if it is present. Having is if present. Like there is a difference between group by and having. We are not dealing in that for now. Select pick the columns. Order by check if present, and limit checks like if present. Okay. In short. So here in this particular scenario, coaches manages team. Team have players via members table, and we are asked to find the youngest player, which is the minimum age from whose play in a team coached by a mark. Okay, so this is what is required here. So let's try to solve this maybe if we can. So we are given a player ID with PID, player ID, name and age. We are given coach ID and name. We are given team ID, city and the coach ID. Foreign like which किस टीम का कौन कोच है ये पता चल जाएगा. And there is a member table maps every player to a team. कौन सी टीम का player like कौन सा player किस टीम में which player is in which team. That mapping is done. Let's understand the query. So here C name is equal to Mark is given. Okay, so it only filters to the coach name Mark. From the coach table, Mark has a CID is equal to 102. Let me write that. C name is equal to Mark. And from the coach table we go. From the coach table we are going where CID is equal to 102. Now TID is equal to CID means that team ID, CM ID, like it joins the teams table and coach table on coach ID basically. It joins that. So 102 is associated with, so basically this 102 is associated with team ID of 10, associated with uh, TID of 10. Okay. This we can see from the tables. So, and MID is equal to TID, that is also mentioned. So, it joined the members. MID is equal to TID mean it is joining members to get players who belong to team 10, who belong to team 10. Okay. So, from members, uh, so we have to get the players with team ID 10. So from members, players with team ID 10. कौन-कौन से player हैं? If you see that player ID 1 and player ID 3 are with the team ID 10. Okay. So the subquery returns the list of players. So we get member.pid as 1 comma 3. We get that. Now from here, once we get this particular query, now what we have to do, select minimum of age. So we get two players with player ID 1 and player ID 3. In that, so this is what the query reduced to. Select minimum of player age from player P, where player ID is in 1 comma 3. So like minimum of these two. So I will get the age of these players and minimum of that. So if you see from the players table, uh, for player ID 1, the age is 31. For player ID 1, the age is 31. And for player ID 2, the age is 26. So I will get the minimum of that as per the, this is what I have to select the minimum one. So I will select that particular column. So the minimum age is 26. So the final answer for this particular question is 26. That's it for this particular video. Take care. Bye bye. See you guys in the next video.